everyone, what's up? So this video is coming kind of early for a Tuesday for me because normally I'm at work right now. Wait, yeah. Well, except I won't be soon. So that was stupid. Why did I say that? Anyways, excuse me. That sounds so fakey. I called it sick today. I'm bad, I know. But there was a good reason. This morning-ish, I stayed up way too late watching Homeward Bound and finishing it. It was like 3:30 by the time I went to bed. So I didn't wake up until like 11:30. And so I basically had to wake up, get dressed, get ready, and then my mom was here to pick me up. So it was pretty crazy. But it was my grandma's 70th birthday today. And so, let's see, an aunt and uncle, another aunt, my mom, my brother, and I took her out to lunch, which was really fun. We went to this place called Santorini's, I think, Santorini's, something like that. I had a seafood pasta, which was really, really good, and yeah, it was good. It was good times, good company, good food. And my grandma was surprised because she didn't know that my aunt and uncle and my other aunt were coming. So that was cool. So she was happy, I think. And we're planning a surprise party for her next month. So it's going to be really cool too. And it's exciting, but like, oh my gosh. Because my mom is pretty much planning the party. And she's like, oh, we should have it at your new house. I'm like, what? So it's cool because, I mean, it's cool that I have a place we could like host it at. That's neat. It's kind of scary and overwhelming though because I haven't moved in yet. I haven't closed on it yet. And when I do get it, when I close on it, there's gonna be so much to do. Like, we have floors to replace, we have carpet to replace. I need it to look nice for like the whole time and stuff like that. So, but it should be fine. I have about like a month to prepare for it. So then after dinner, no lunch, whatever, my mom, we dropped my grandma off, and then she brought me back to my apartment because I had some things I had to do for my house, things I had to like email them and fax them, and it was just insane. It was very, very overwhelming. I was very emotional about it because it was just a lot of stress all at once, and it was not fun. My mom and brother were gonna go to see Transformers at the IMAX, and I think I was gonna go with. I think that was the plan, but I just decided I couldn't go because at that point I was just overly stressed with trying to get all this stuff done because they're like, we need it like yesterday. And I'm like, awesome. This is not like I could be like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow morning, which is what I initially was gonna do. And then they're like, no, we need it like right now. I'm like, oh, okay. So it kind of sucked because they had called me earlier in the day, but I was with my grandma. I seriously didn't get home till like 4 from lunch. So that was why I had to call into work because I was supposed to be at work at 3, and I was like, there's no way. And there like wasn't. It was good I did because I had to get all that stuff done for them. So if I had been at work, I would have been really screwed because we're trying to close on Friday, which is in like three days. And if I didn't get that stuff to them like right then, we wouldn't be able to close Friday. So I'm hoping we still can close Friday. If we can't, that would suck, but it's not the end of the world. Yeah. But I had like just my mom was waiting for me. I like did the thing, one of the things. Then she called me, and then she's like, oh, what? Like, I like totally screwed something up, apparently. And it just like loaded the stress back on. So I was like, Mom, you can just leave. But I was kind of annoyed because she really didn't seem that upset. I kind of like needed some comforting at that moment. I don't know why I'm playing with everything. Playing with a tape measure and a lighter. But yeah, she like was like, oh, okay, whatever, bye. I'm like, oh, alright, thanks. Like, could have offered to help me come up to my apartment and help me figure this out, but whatever. And then she didn't even like text me to like tell her she was sorry or tell me she was sorry or anything. Like, sorry you're having a bad day. And that would have been nice. So then I was like really bummed because then I got like everything finished and then I'm sitting at home alone. I'm like, now what? Like, if I'm gonna not go to work, I should at least have a day of fun. Not that like lunch with my grandma wasn't fun, but you know what I mean, I think. So then just when I was feeling blue again, Dallas texted me, so that was really cool. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, or he's like, what are you doing tonight? I'm like, nothing. And he's like, oh, okay, well, I'm leaving my cabin, so I should be home in like an hour. I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, do you want to do something? I'm like, sure. So I like went back to the library so I could go fax my things so that instead of waiting until tomorrow morning, they would have it. Once they get into the office, they'll see it. Hopefully. I hate faxing stuff. I get so nervous. And it's expensive, but whatevs. And then, yeah, so I did that really quick, and then I went out over to his place, and then he was hungry, and I was hungry, so he waited to eat until I got there. And then we went to Applebee's, and it was good, and he treated, which is nice, thank you. And then we went back to his place and watched a movie. We watched Hancock, which I hadn't seen before, amazingly, and it was pretty good. I liked it. It was enjoyable. I wasn't bored during it, which is kind of iffy with me in action films. But Will Smith is pretty good, so nope. Didn't fall asleep. Got really tired, and then he was like, I'm tired. I have to go to bed. So he kicked me out. That was sad. But, yeah, so I just, like, got home from there. Oh, and craziest thing. So it's like, okay, on my way home, it was like 11:40, alright? So 11:40 at night, you're thinking, traffic free, right? I'm just gonna fly down the freeway because there's nobody on it. Wrong. We are in Minnesota and we only have 2 seasons, winter and road construction. It's not a joke. And so I'm going down this freeway. All of a sudden, like, the person in front of me is putting their brakes on. I'm like, what the heck are they doing? Because I couldn't really see, like, beyond them. So I'm like thinking the person in front of me is an idiot, which they probably were. So I'm like, gosh, what the heck? So I like slow down or whatever, and then we're coming to like a complete stop on a freeway. I'm like, what the hell? Well, then there's all these cones going down the lane, and a 3-lane freeway is now turning into a 1-lane. Well, when I mean 3-lane, I just mean like the one direction. So I guess it was like a 6-lane. Yeah. Anyways, we are not going down to 1 lane. Yeah. So we were literally going like 10 miles an hour, and then we finally got up to 40 miles an hour, and then it finally opened back up to 3 lanes. But seriously, it was like a few miles until it did that. And when you're going 10 miles an hour for a few miles, it takes forever. So I wasn't too happy with that. But wow, 9 minutes of nothingness. I'm sorry. Actually, let's not do that. Let's not measure my nose. But yeah, I'm pretty much gonna go head off to bed, not out. But I don't know, kind of feeling like Ice Age. I might throw in Ice Age. Am I a dork for liking kid movies? Oh my god. So we were at Applebee's and they were doing like trivia day, I guess, trivia night. And they were doing movie trivia, and one of the questions was Dakota Fanning something or another. And Dallas didn't know who Dakota Fanning was. I was heartbroken because I love Dakota Fanning. She is my fave. So I was like shocked that he didn't know who she was. But yeah, this is about to be 10 minutes long, so I'm gonna go. Bye guys!